Hello, welcome guys. Come on in. Hey, Crystal, hello again. Let's go, writers. Happy, glorious Sunday. I love your enthusiasm. Kat, hello again. Hello. Elizabeth, hi, how's it going, hon? To Crystal, I love the enthusiasm. I do too, so much so. Oh, Agnes, hello. Hello again, all. Who is ready to plan? Because I want to decorate afterwards, I pulled out my, you guys are going to judge me, Halloween washi, tray one. This one isn't full of it, but it's close. I may have some choices. I don't know how many Halloweens I will go through before I ever make it through the amount of Halloween washi I own. We won't talk about Christmas, it may be worse. Rita, hello. I only have 4 more pages left of this spiral notebook. Ooh, will it be enough? Nope. Is it easy to get more of them, or was it a special notebook? I have troubles, guys, with special notebooks because if they're too precious and I end up falling in love with them, then I'm like, I can't do that because it's this whatever I'm working on is going to take more than one notebook. And the notebooks have to match. I think that's why I've kind of fallen in love with the good old the Michaels ones, because the basic black lined one, easy to get, no problem, decent paper, works well, the nice gel pen. Works for me. Rita, oh my, that's a lot of washi. That's it's only a little bit. I'm not as bad as Sarah. Sarah has a drawer. I have, what do I own? I own 5 of the Michaels three-tier tray things. Washi. And some that didn't quite make it into a drawer, but that's all good. I don't have an addiction at all, guys. None. Elizabeth, I am ready to plan. I have had, sorry, pardon me. I have had some realizations, and I have seen just how important it is not to try to push the process. So true. Okay, on that note, guys, let's dive in. How did last week go for you guys? What were your gold star moments? What were your best fixes? I finally paid for my course and started, which is so happy. I don't know why I put it off. I kind of got in my own way. I kind of really wanted an in-person, in real-time course. I like those, right? But in the writing world, it's kind of harder to find those nowadays, right? So this one it's self-paced, it's online, but it's good. But I held myself back from starting because I got this perfectionist idea in my head of what it should be, and what it should be doesn't truly exist. It does. I should put a caveat on that. It does in some communities, not mine. So I mean, we have a few universities around here. I probably could have found some writing classes, but they wouldn't have been developmental editing, and they would have been either too beginners or too or just not quite the right subject matter, right? So, I mean, I'm enjoying myself now. I just had to get around myself and get out of my own way to get it done, right? Let's see, Rita, just a dollar store special from years ago, but I will be writing the entire month of October in the new one. Again, nothing special, and that's okay. I love nothing special notebooks because when we use them, we don't get precious with them, and we just write. These guys, I buy them from the dollar store. The paper is okay. The spacing on the lines is okay. They're spiral, which I love. I like the actual hard cover because then I can write holding it in my hand or on my lap or whatever. It's a dollar store special. I love them. I fill these things up all the time. They're like my favorite notebooks to use. Dollarama, right? You know, this is a literature term. every time I pick this thing up, I think my writing has to be pretty and has to be perfect, and everything that goes into it has to be somehow magical. And it's so annoying because it's a notebook. Use it. An empty notebook will not help you guys in any way. And I keep telling myself this, and I keep doing it. It's too expensive in some ways to not be treated as something next level, right? Stop doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. I mean, literally, my planning pages at this point are something that I created in Canva. They're not quite right. I'm trying to make a planner for this system. And I'm trying out different prototypes and each week making tweaks and trying to find a planner that I can make for us that you guys can purchase on Etsy and then print and have, preferably, I'm wanting A5 and in letter size. Hi, baby. Okay. Daughter's heading out. But yeah, so I mean, right now it's literally printer paper and it works well. So what's wrong, baby girl? Okay, let's dive on in. Let's see here. What do we got here? Last week didn't, for Elizabeth, last week didn't go how I thought it would, but I am happy that I am getting back to the writing flow and that I have found a lot of healing from the trauma I had suffered through for so long. Oh, love that. Dreaming Truth, Felicia, hello, hello. Glad you could join us. Elizabeth, I bought a Maxi Life 2024 weekly planner for next year. I like the looks of it. The only thing I'm not so sure on that one is it's kind of big in size, but then I don't even truly like, I've purchased the Happy Planner and the Classic, and to me that's still a little too big for what I want, but then it's excellent for other things. So I think the reality is there's no such thing as the perfect planner. There's the closest you can get to what you want, and that's probably about it. I'm trying to design a planner that will be best for us. What do you want, darling? I would need a purse. Yeah, yeah. Daughters. Oh, let's see. But I do like the Maxi Life. It does look good. It looks like a nice planner. Agnes, if I can't mentally throw my notebooks against the wall or down the stairs, I won't use them to the full extent because I'm worried about messing up. Yes, yes, exactly. They have to be tossable. Yes, that is the perfect criteria. You should have asked me earlier, Bug. I'm sorry, guys. Please share and tell me all the coolness that you guys have been doing. And I'm sorry, I have a daughter. Apologies. The most she can do is pop over here and say hello if she's going to interrupt.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, what do you want?
I don't know, whatever you're doing to part with.
Great negotiating standards here. Go have fun with your friends. I love. That would be youngest daughter. That's my chess champion. Let's see, Rita, I have a $40 journal that hubby picked out in Banff about 12 years ago. I'm too afraid to use it, but it's beautiful and empty. Oh, I know the feeling. I did that on a trip and I bought this gorgeous, never could, I can't use it. Every time I pick it up, I'm not special, I know. Oh, a new coil on the Maxi Life for 24. That's interesting. I love it. Hello, daughter. Hi, daughter. Okay, guys, let's get down to it. Yes, I love talking notebooks, but we need to plan. So let's get into it. Okay, so at some point, I will have a planner for this system, and it's coming together. It's just figuring out how sizing, layout, the right flow, and then right amount of space, and I highly appreciate anyone who designs planners now because it is not as easy as it looks in a finished product. Agnes, hello youth. I love that one. Elizabeth, I know this new coil for 2024 will inspire me to use it since the old coil wasn't as good. Oh, interesting. So they made an update that works. I liked that. Okay, guys, welcome to Let's Plan With Me the Right Way, where we take what we know as writers and we use those skills and that knowledge to plan our own lives. Okay, guys, why we plan. For direction, focus, balance, to reduce stress, and measure progress. We want to create balance. Now, balance is one of those things that they like to talk about on TV commercials. Like it's some kind of magic thing. It's not a magic thing. It's being aware of how you're spending your time and saying no to some things. That's really the basic truth of it, because we cannot say yes to everything, because when we do, we burn ourselves out and we hurt ourselves. And that just, it doesn't serve us well, because yeah, maybe we get more done today, but we burn ourselves out for tomorrow. So we want to try to find the balance, give ourselves self-care, give ourselves mental health days, take vacations, do the things that make us happy. Give ourselves time to do that without feeling guilty. Take care of our homes and our health and our bodies without feeling guilty that we're not doing the other dozen things. None of that's helping us, and none of that is serving us well, right? We want to make sure that we are, all that guilt that we carry, it hurts us in the long run. We don't want guilt. We want to feel good. We want to feel positive, right? Elizabeth, the front cover and back cover of my 2024 planner makes me want to use it now, but I'll be patient and wait till the end of December. I can wait. I know, and they're all available right now, and I'm tempted to get my small Hobonichi because I did enjoy that, but I don't know with this if I'm going to need it, and it puts me in a position of will I need more than one, right? So let's start you are the hero of your story. Let's plan our adventure. Okay, guys, our commitment statement. This one we just started last week, but I want us to take this to heart. This week, I will make myself a priority and follow through and give myself the time I need to make progress on the projects that matter to me. This is our new mantra. This is what is going to help us to create the world around us that will allow us to be our creative selves and move our stories forward, move our art forward, move our business forward. We're giving ourselves permission to do what matters to us and taking back that time that we need to do so. Stage 1 is scenes or strategies. The definition is a section where there is action, a beginning, middle, and end, and moves the story forward. So everything we're going to kind of discuss here will come into play as we plan our week ahead. And how we're going to deal with each step. These are some strategies that we can use. Clarity. What do you want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve it? And how are you going to achieve it? This is where we do the try-fails that we would normally throw onto our character in the middle of the story. But we ourselves are going to try things out and see what works for us, and then assess and see what we keep and do more of, and what we either modify or remove and try something else in its place, depending on how it works for us, right? And by asking ourselves these 3 simple questions, we keep ourselves grounded in what matters to us. We're going to use SMART goals. They're going to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. We are going to be intentional with our time. Be honest about what you can achieve. You are not superheroes. You are the hero of your own story, but you are not a superhero. So do not go beyond your own capacity. There is nothing wrong with a little extra hustle now and then, But if it becomes the norm, you're going to burn out and you're going to hurt yourself. So try not to do that. And often it's just a good idea to ask yourself, do you want to be doing this now? Sometimes it's just not the right time for something, and it should be shelved until it is. It's right. Otherwise, it's just a distraction, and it's pulling at time that we should be using better for something else. Target dates, time required, completion date, scheduled, daily, weekly goals, weekly check-in, adjustments, and refocus. This is literally just giving ourselves a direction to go, making a decision on what we're going to do, and giving an end point to it, just so that we do not continuously think that we have forever for something. We want to pull that in and give it some actual shape within a time frame, right? Elizabeth, I realize that it is okay if I don't journal every day. I don't need to beat myself up. If I can't journal every day, I can journal when I need to and feel I can. Yes, exactly. Very, very, very true. Those everyday things, they sound good on paper, but you have to give yourself the permission. They're excellent for creating a habit. They really are. But the problem is that when those times come when life gets in the way, then we beat ourselves up. So you can do the everyday, but give yourself some of the ground rules of if you're really sick, or if, it's a celebration day, or trying to think what other, like vacation or some other kind of important day, that, okay, then that rule kind of breaks for the day, right? Or for the week, or whatever it is within that particular parameters, right? Agnes, yes, journaling is a tool for you to use at any time, no matter how frequently. Yes, exactly. I love that. So actions, guys. These are the actions that we can take when we're developing our plan. We can look at the next task steps, measured increments, good, better, best goals, which are my personal favorite, micro steps, delegate. Don't be afraid to delegate, and don't be afraid to delete. Because sometimes there's things that are still on our plan that shouldn't be there anymore. They're there because they're like hanging over because of some other decision we made. Sometimes they're not needed anymore. Get rid of them. Problems, delays. How are they going to impact you? How can you get in front of them? What's your worst case scenario? What's your best case scenario? And work from that. Let's see. Rita, exactly. I don't need to journal and draw a tarot every day. Sometimes I just can't. Exactly. Elizabeth, I am a busy woman, and it started to stress me out when I felt like I had to journal that day despite having lower energy and or higher executive dysfunction. Exactly. And then it's not helping, it's hurting, right? Exactly. Okay, guys, stage 2 is our backstory, thus our review. A set of events that have occurred before the main story. This is where we just take stock of how last week went and any changes we might want to make. So let's pull out last week's plan and let's take stock in what we did, how it went, and what we would like to, what our takeaways were. That's actually what we want to say. Okay, guys. So first off, we're going to reflect on celebrating your successes and gold star moments. Very important. Always, always, always look at where you're achieving so you know where the good stuff is and the things you want to keep doing. And you want to analyze your challenges, your biggest distractions, and your best fixes. The distractions, maybe you can take a little control of the situation and stop them from happening with a conversation or some kind of sign or agreement with your family or coworkers or whatever it may be, that when you're on your lunch, you're writing and you don't want to go talk about the office gossip or whatever, right? Or if it's a family thing or your spouse, have a conversation and say, during my I'm sorry, during my writing time, I want to be immersed in my writing. Only, let me know if you need me, but only if it's an emergency or something like that, right? So we're looking for how we fix things. Yeah, challenges and distractions are going to come at us. but we want to basically be able to figure out how best to deal with them. And when we find something that works, we want to note that. Let's see. And then to be continued. What needs to be continued or carry forward? How much did you accomplish? Give yourself credit for what you did. What else needs to be done? The little laundry list of the next steps. And is this project bigger or more complex than you thought? Okay, guys, let's dive on in, and 2 minutes, and let's do our gold star moments, our best fixes, and what needs to be continued forward, and go. Okay, let's see. How did you guys do? My voice is trying to leave, and it's going to behave itself because I need it right now. My writing took a back seat, but today and yesterday I got back into the flow. Not much writing, but I did learn a lot through journaling and reflecting on certain things. That's good. Sometimes other things take priority. So true. This week I do want to write 5K words. You've got this, son. You've got this. Elizabeth, I also realized that having a daily goal was too stressful and that I didn't write earlier in the week. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I decided to take a slightly different approach, and I gave myself a time goal. And I said I would do 10 hours of writing. And I ended up doing 2 days that I knew writing was going to be unlikely. But the other days, I didn't even put anything near that. I did maybe about, if I'm lucky, 3 hours of writing. And I was at my desk. I did have some things I need to do too, but it surprised me because I figured 10 hours wasn't that much. But I'm not putting in nearly that amount of time. So I've changed it to a time goal just to kind of, so I can actually analyze better what is actually getting done. And I also wrote generally without a timer. I wrote with a stopwatch and wrote sort of to see how far I wrote before I kind of stopped and got distracted, just to kind of measure it a little differently, just to do it a little, to try that out and see. And it's kind of interesting. So I think next week I will put maybe 5 hours of writing down, and that way, and see if I can find those other 2.5 hours and go from there, and then build it up that way. Let's see. Elizabeth Elizabeth, I can aim for a weekly goal, but being neurodivergent with a full-time job means that daily planning can't be done unless necessary. Well, it's his, if you do daily, then it's keep it small. Either like a 5-minute writing session or a 250 words or something. And just make it like a teeny tiny little goal that you can do right before bed, early in the morning while you're getting ready, or something you'd really squeeze in, maybe even at lunch, right? And that way you can kind of just tuck it in there somewhere, right? Phyllis, hello, happy Sunday. Hello, hon. Joining late, looking forward to planning. Gold star moment, setting up my NaNoWriMo project and starting Preptober planning. Woo! Love it. Rita, for my Nano project, I got all the chapters printed, 16 and 8 chapters summarized. Very nice. Most importantly, Maple River is not a mess anymore. Well, that's awesome. Congrats. I can continue writing in November. Well, that's very cool. Agnes to Elizabeth, my daily goal is one word, haha, just to not stress myself out. That's genius. I love that. That is fantastic. Thank you for sharing that, Agnes. Phyllis to Rita, well done. Agnes, I've been overcomplicating my writing because I'm publishing December and I'm getting scared of my concepts not being interesting, marketable enough for a short story. It's okay. It's okay. We are our worst judges. We critique ourselves so terribly and don't give ourselves the credit for the good that we do. And we kind of look for that outside source because we never believe it in ourselves. Believe in it. It's awesome. You did good, hon. You did good. Agnes, I love that idea of measuring via time. Yeah, I just wanted to see and kind of flip it, because sometimes when you put a timer on and you write for that 25 minutes, sometimes the quality of the writing isn't quite as good, especially when you're struggling with a scene. So I wanted to see, because I was kind of moving through a patch there where I changed a few things and I was having a bit of a harder time finding my way back through to get them to actually get to that end stuff that I know has to happen. So I decided to switch it up, and it helped. It really did. Rita, since the days are mine, I had 5 deep focus days. Whew, I love that. My 1/2 day for library was changed, so I spent the morning instead of writing. I watched TV. It was so relaxing. Oh, and you owned it. You enjoyed it, right? Rita, thanks, Phyllis. Last Saturday, I was so overwhelmed with the paper mess, but one step at a time. Yeah, that's true. The paper can be so overwhelming, right? Elizabeth, I can't write during my lunch break since I only have 30 minutes for my lunch break at work and I need to eat my lunch. Yeah, that's true. You'd have to do like a very short, like, one word. But you could do a 5-minute there and 25 minutes reading, maybe. Let's see. Rita, publishing is so scary. I wanted my own book in paperbacks by the end of the year. I've changed that idea until the spring. That's good. Probably a lot less nerve-wracking for you as well. Elizabeth, sometimes starting writing for the day is the hard part, but once I get going, I'm going to go. So going back to flow after a while of no having the flow means that starting the flow again will be hard. That statement was hard. But I totally get what you're talking about. Agnes Elizabeth, some of my best writing times when I'm stuffed for time is just jotting stuff down on my phone in spare moments. It adds up even when I'm just waiting in line. Yeah, so true, so true. Yeah, those stolen moments. Oh, I highly recommend them. You know that, guys. Okay, guys. Reluctance. What are you avoiding? Why? Is it fear-based? Does it still matter? Break it down. Make it a priority number 1. We're doing baby steps here. Schedule it and get it done. If it's a phone call you really don't want to make, take that phone number and write it on a post-it. First step. Write it on a post-it and make that your first thing you're going to do Monday morning. Right? And that way you can see it. Put it on top of your phone. Put it on the back of the case, wherever it is. And that way that phone call will happen. It's not going to be as painful as you think ever. Okay, guys, let's figure out what you have been avoiding and what you're going to do about it. And go. Okay. What did you come up with? Last week, for me, was holding back, getting started with the course, which I got out of my own head. I processed it, and I said to myself, no, 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 this is going to happen. The next one for me is going to be social media. When I put a post together, I am the biggest critic of it, and I never like any of them. And I will get my daughter's opinion as a backup opinion to basically say whether it's good enough, because everything I do is like, should I use this? Shouldn't I use this? And I waste so much time in indecision and fixing something that probably doesn't need to be fixed, that I'm trying to teach myself to keep it simple and to bring you guys great information and share the things that excite me, which would not take me nearly as long. And I think it would be far more relevant than making sure that a silly picture looks perfect, which there's no such thing. Right? Elizabeth, when I have at least half an hour to an hour to write. I see. Okay. Oh, hold on. Where did I go? Oh, I skipped a line. Did I not? So true. Yes, yes. Agnes, that's nice. I tend to be an all or nothing type person, so doing a short sprint will cause me to want to spend hours at it. So I'm best off writing when I have at least half an hour to an hour to write. Okay, and see, that is important to know about yourself. There's nothing it's not gonna help you to be in a frustrated state, right? Let's see. My brain enjoys doing a thing I enjoy for hours to days or not doing it. It makes stopping myself when I need to too hard, but at least I know what works for me. That's true. That's true. And Agnes Elizabeth, understandable. I'm either all in or write like a monster. I am very choppy with writing and get it in baby chunks. Yes, yes. Very true. Rita, I fear I've been avoiding getting used to StreamYard and hosting live sprints, but I really want to. Just nervous and KDP for formatting and printing my books. And I get the KDP thing because they make changes all the time. So you watch a video on how to do something and they've changed it. So just baby steps. Maybe instead of releasing a book or formatting a book, you can't print what could you do? I don't know how to do that one. I was going to say try to do short stories, but they won't let you. But you could do the formatting side of it, right? You could do the formatting. The printing of the books is a slightly different thing. But you could format a short story and put it up there for, I don't know, 99 cents. I don't know what the price would be for a short story. And kind of use that as a building block to practice formatting. Just a thought. Agnes, I have been avoiding writing the story and also calling my dentist because of anxiety. There's just a lot of steps involved with writing a short story, but I know it'll come to me if I actually write. Yes, and it's getting the butt in the chair. So instead of writing the short story, you're going to write the cool idea, your premise for the short story down. And then maybe one cool detail about the main character, and then leave it at that. See what happens, and then you start feeling good, and maybe it'll start percolating, right? Let's see. Phyllis, avoiding sorting my file cabinet. I schedule it as a deep focus for this week. I completed sorting and shredding documents yesterday. I like the deep focus task. We'll be doing it again this week. Oh, I love that. Well, that's good to hear. Agnes to Phyllis. Oh, it will be so satisfying when your filing cabinet is organized. Yes, that feels good because you can see it. And it's easier to use. Elizabeth, executive dysfunction hit me hard this week, and I will start a load of laundry after the stream and then do some cleaning while the laundry is cleaning. Yes, perfect. All right, guys, let's head into our next section. Stage 3, story beats. The frame over which you drape your plot. Now, according to medium.com, story beats refer to your story structure, timing, and pacing. And that's what we're talking about here, is creating good pacing for ourselves so that we have time to do all the things that we want to do and all the things that we need to do, and find balance, that we make sure we still have rest and we still eat properly and we get exercise and we get to actually realize what we are capable of, and also looking at the time that we there's nothing wrong with doing self-care, but that when we waste time on things that don't matter because we're undecided what we want to do, that we don't want to do anymore. That we want to put away. That's not balance. That's not good pacing, right? And sometimes the timing of things too. Like if you're forcing your writing at night right before bed and you're utterly exhausted and you've made decisions all day, and your brain's not going to be up to the task, and it's going to be harder. So maybe we look at the time of what might be better for you, right? They are the frame over which you drape your plot. Plot points are events in your story that align with the story beats. So we have the bigger picture. That's our story beats. And then we're going to look at breaking it down into smaller pieces and then create that overall overall picture with all the small details in it, right? All right, guys. So we have our care days. So our wellness sick days, our mental health days, our buffer rest reset days, our low energy days, and my favorite, the celebration days. And we want to schedule in our mental health and sick days. And if you don't need them, they become bonus days, which is awesome. But we want to put them down. Celebration days. Like we just had Thanksgiving this week, and that takes a little extra prep. Dinner takes a little longer. Shopping for extra things that you wouldn't normally buy. It all adds up. So we want those celebration days mean that we're going to have to let some of the things go so that we can make sure that we have everything in place we want for that celebration to really be there for it, right? And we want to maybe even let go of some extra time so that we can be present and enjoy ourselves during the celebration, right? So these are sort of our structures for the days that we kind of want to look at if anything special is coming. If you know someone who maybe a coworker who was coughing and sneezing a couple days ago, well, then you know maybe you're going to need a sick day coming up on like Tuesday, right? So you can kind of balance that out and know sort of what's happening. Buffer days, I kind of like the buffer days to hit around, sort of around a Friday. I have a little extra time on Fridays and I can get a little extra done. And it works for me that I can see that I can have the Monday to Thursday, and then I have that little day of catch up, right? Let's see. Agnes Elizabeth, get that laundry done. Executive dysfunction is rough. Just take it one day at a time. Yes, yes, agreed from Phyllis. I agree. Elizabeth, Agnes, good idea. I have been learning this week why I can't get too caught up in several steps ahead from where I am, and that I need to focus on where I am at now and trust the process. Perfect. Rushing the process will cause you to have to come back to things later on that you didn't do well with since you rushed them, and then things will take longer. Yeah, rushing doesn't help anyone. It never does. It seems like it in the moment of the panic, but it doesn't help us. Crystal, one thing I'm grateful for is growing up an athlete. You get used to doing what you don't want to do, which comes in handy when you're adulting, Laughlin. I never thought of it that way, but that is so true. If you are preparing for a competition, it don't matter how you're feeling. You go for that run, you go to the gym, you practice, you get up on that slope and you put those skis on, right? Whatever your sport is. But yeah, the training takes priority over anything else, right? That is an excellent point. I love that, Crystal. Thank you. Elizabeth, I need to practice driving this week. Some evenings with my dad is available to help me practice. Nice. Agnes, to Elizabeth, breaking things down to the simplest steps possible is vital for me during those times. It is important that the floor is clean or my desk. I'll clean my desk, but leave the floor. I see. I like that. And then you prioritize which one you need more at that time. You need the clean desk so you can do A, B, and C, and the floor can wait. Oh, I love that. Elizabeth, Agnes, good point. I decided that with cleaning, I'll break it down into small tasks that take 5 to 10 minutes to do. And even when executive dysfunction occurs, can at least do 5-10 minutes of cleaning. Oh, so true. Agnes, Crystal, what sports did you do as a child? Just curious. Yes, we are all curious. Elizabeth to Crystal, good point. I am learning that now as an adult, ADHD makes it harder, but I'm not going to make excuses for myself like I have before. Perfect. Phyllis, I love care days. I might suggest bereavement days. I had a death in my family earlier this year and was not able to take bereavement time. I will be taking it later this year. Oh, so true. That is very true. Where would I put that in there? Let me think on that one. I'll put a post-it together for that. Just might add a little note to the end of that one, so that is a very important point. Let's see, Rita, after yesterday's marathon 8 to 3 with another sprinter, I need a good 30-minute break after 2.5 hours. Yes, I crashed during your sprint yesterday. It was a long day of riding. Yeah, that is a chunk. 7 hours. Yeah. And you probably didn't move much. You didn't take the breaks you needed because it's too easy to get. Yeah, give yourselves the breaks, guys. Always, always. That's why we do the 45 with the 5 minutes in between, because you can journal standing up. You can move around. You can go grab a water, whatever you need to do, right? Crystal, Agnes, I did track and field, cross country, basketball, softball, powerlifting, and competitive cheerleading. Nice. And to Agnes, and I self-taught myself gymnastics. Oh, that is awesome. That is incredible. Very cool. Let's see, Elizabeth Crystal, that is awesome. I did competitive swimming in high school for a couple of years. Nice. Agnes to Crystal, your schedule as a child must have been jam-packed. Yes, definitely. Elizabeth, someday when I have a lot more time available, I'm going to train for and complete an Ironman triathlon. Oh, that'd be awesome. You'll have to share pics when you do it. Rita, at least with Double Down Day, there are scheduled breaks throughout the day. Yes, yes. We have our virtual writing retreat coming up, guys, next weekend. So pace yourself, pace yourself, pace yourself. Phyllis Rita, congrats on completing your marathon. Speaking of which, I still don't know where I'm going to fit our plan with me next weekend because we don't have a schedule yet. So watch for that, guys. I will put up a community tab for that when I know. My hope is that I can keep it on a Sunday and maybe put it after the writing session. We'll have like a half-hour break and then just put it in there before Jen's. That's what I'm thinking, but I haven't seen the schedule yet, so I don't know if that can happen. So please watch for that. Let's see. Let's see. Phyllis, congrats on completing your marathon. Yes. Elizabeth to Crystal, I want to do gymnastics someday myself as an adult. I'm not that stretchy. I have my eldest in gymnastics, rhythmic gymnastics, so it's just more dance, I guess, but she likes it, so that's fine. Agnes, writing is emotionally taxing while physically understimulating. Go for walks when you can, y'all. Yes, yes, get moving. It actually fires up the brain and gets the stories. I guess just the monotony of walking, it opens your brain and you start thinking about your stories and the connections start getting made. Phyllis, I would like to do couch to 5K in 2024. So inspired by all of you. Oh, yes, definitely. Rita, I was with Melissa, who also sprints with HK Darkwood. Melissa does pop-up sprints for at least 3 to 6 hours at a stretch. Ooh. Chris Elizabeth, have you tried Mel Robbins' countdown? She counts down like a rocket blasting off 3, 2, 1, and then boom, you just do it no matter what. I don't know why, but it works. Oh, it takes the thought out of it. Definitely. Phyllis, Friday plan would be Friday plan with me could work. Okay, that's true. That's true. That was my backup thought is Friday because usually there's more of an opening in there. Elizabeth Crystal, I have not heard of that. Yes, I've heard of that one and I tried it once. It does kind of work in a strange way. Agnes to Phyllis, you should. I've started running, speed walking for an hour every other day, and I have so much more energy. Ooh, nice side benefit. Rita, there's a possible teleparty movie with Sarah Spectacular next weekend too. Oh, this is going to become a crazy weekend. Okay, I'll have to check for when that is too. Crystal Elizabeth, that was my greatest weakness. To you go, girl. I was thrown in without knowing how to swim, and survival was my teacher. Oh, wow. Okay. Agnes, oh my goodness, yes. Which is how I live my life, come to think of it. Elizabeth the Crystal, I have enjoyed swimming my whole life. As a kid, I would be the first one in the pool and the last one to leave. I would even take a fit sometimes when I had to stop swimming at the pool. I love that, though. That means you loved it. All right, guys, let's move into our next section. So we're going to think in terms of our care days and putting those on our calendar. Major conflicts, breaks in routine. This is vacations, holidays, surgeries, conferences, renovations, etc. This could be NaNoWriMo. This is such a break in our regular routines of writing every day, getting that 50,000 words and fitting it in. That is a break in routine. And right now we're going to start thinking about that and how that's going to work for us, where we're going to steal those moments to get those extra words, right? So generally it's to relax, reset, recover, participate, and enjoy. And Nano is such a precious, amazing thing that we do want to enjoy ourselves when we're doing it. So definitely it's a positive one on this list, but it is definitely a bit of a disruption. All right, so how long will it take to get back to normal? This is where you guys have to be careful. I have burnt out after nanos. because I wrote like crazy, and then December rolls around and I don't have much left, if anything left. So make sure that you're filling the well. Make sure you're still trying to get some of that creativity stuff in. It'll be less because, of course, you're trading it off for writing time, but still get some in. It will save you guys. It will save you in the long run. The storyboard. We're going to think in terms of full days, half days, pinch days. For anyone that is new, a pinch day is one of those super crazy busy days where everything is back to back to back to back, and then suddenly you've got a few more things being thrown at you. Those tend not to be very good creative days, but if you get 5 minutes of writing in, I highly recommend, because it keeps you connected to your stories and will help you steal the moments of sitting in your car and thinking about your story. Anything you can do to keep that creative well going. But yeah, that's a pinch day. Life task days are all those errands and chores we have to run around and do to keep ourselves housed, fed, and healthy and happy. So groceries and going to the gym and all, going to the bank, all those good things that we do. And it tends to be helpful if you can put them all together in sort of a one or 2 days a week, and that way you're not in and out of the house as much as or disrupting the rest of your plan as much. And then true days off so you can truly relax and enjoy. Highly recommend putting one of those in there a month at least so you can really reset and enjoy. Acts 1, 2, or 3. Which act of the journey are you in with this goal? I can feel my energy coming back up as I'm working on story 1. I am at the end of the middle and I can see the end. I've always been able to see the end. And my energy and excitement for the page is increasing because I'm leaving Act 2 and heading into Act 3. I have the excitement of a new course being in Act 1 of that. We'll see how I feel in another few weeks when I'm in this, when I get further in. Am I going to still feel like I'm in Act 1, or am I going to feel like I'm getting into the murky middle, right? So this can kind of, you can use this to help you kind of see how your energy and your relationship is to the goal by where you are in it, right? All right, guys, plotting. Definition: series of related events making up a story. The 5 basic elements of story are setting, characters, plot, conflict, and resolution. I need to pull something out because I didn't quite get a panel up for this, but I wanted to discuss it here. Hold on, let's see if I can find this here. Good notes. So, in terms of time, we can see it as an ally or an enemy. Think about how your relationship to time is. Do you play nicely with it and you are intentional about it? Or does time just get away from you and suddenly it's the end of the day and you wonder where it's gone? Makes you feel like someone's stolen something from you almost, right? So think about that, what your relationship with time is. If it is the enemy, goal is to make it an ally, okay? In terms of the characters in your lives, I was thinking in terms of roles and the different roles that we take on in life, within our jobs, within our families, whether you are, by default, you are the protagonist of your own story, but also, who are the antagonists? Are you a mentor? And do you have a mentor? Maybe someone else you're a student and someone else is mentoring you, but you also might have a student that you are mentoring, right? So think about those relationships. Who are your allies? Who's helping you along to achieve these goals? Who's on your side, giving you the time you need, preventing interruptions, right? And in terms of your love interest, that's a different kind of relationship. Are you giving time to that relationship? And making sure that you are honoring that special person in your life. And don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. And the other options I kind of had were confidant, sidekick, and students. I kind of think of you guys as my sidekicks. You guys keep me motivated. You are along for the journey. You make me smile. You make me laugh. You remind me the joy of why I'm doing this. And yeah, so I will try to put together a slide or two to go with that one. But that was just sort of some thoughts that I was having and thinking about those relationships and how, and with time, with the people in our lives, and sort of how that would, how we can use that information to help us. Let's see, where did I leave off? I have no idea. Let's see here. I will try to get back here, guys. Let's see. I'm going to skip over some of the working out stuff here and the competition athletics here. Let's see. Um, let's get back on target here if we can. August was one of the worst months of my life since my gut. Oh yes, yes, and the so many months of antibiotics that just does not help anyone. Crystal, just keep telling your body you're healed and made whole, as if you've never had the infection. Your cells will listen to you and cooperate. Worth a try, definitely. Let's see, good point. I do have a full-time job and I don't have much vacation available now, but I do plan to take a day of vacation during NaNoWriMo and schedule a vacation sometime next year. That's good. I like that. Agnes, I'm also on a journey to get my license, though it seems a distance goal. You will get it done. You, me, and Elizabeth, we're going to get our driver's license and we're going to have the freedom of driving. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Rita. Thank you. Yes, so I will definitely work on that and fine tune it and figure out how to make that into a slide as well. Like I said, very new information, but I felt like it was something I wanted to share with you guys. All right, guys. So the first one is our quarterly focus. What is new to your Q4 goals? What new opportunities have come along? What prep or research do you want to be working on? And anything you need to reduce, remove, or delay. They may have been part of your original plan, but they don't fit there anymore, right? Let's dive in with a 2-minute timer and let's pull from our quarterly plan. And if you don't have a quarterly plan, just write down maybe some things that you want to work on in the next 3 months. It doesn't have to be fancy, guys. Okay, and go. And okay, so I guess you did that. What else? What else? What's I have for you? let's see here. Phyllis just updated my Q4 plan and started on my Q1 plan. Can't believe we are almost in 2024. It's insane. How are we in October? How are we halfway through October? Slow down, slow down, slow down. I need a beach and I need a week of not realizing what day of the week it is. It doesn't help that my eldest is now in her Special Olympics projects classes, and this is my own fault because I scheduled her for them. I chose 4 of them for her, so we literally have something Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we have to basically drop her off at these things, and I'm not happy with myself, generally speaking. Let's see. Elizabeth Crystal totally agree. I've stopped planning for sickness to occur since I'm not sick anymore. That's good. Definitely. Elizabeth's science has also proven that happiness has a positive effect on healing. That is so true. Let's see here, guys. I'm going to skip the healing talk because we are already an hour in and we are not nearly where we need to be. Let's see. Rita, new to Q4, launching my YouTube channel for October 3rd. Get used to StreamYard and live videos and video of me and not just my voice, my series at various spots, beta feedback from there. Ooh, love that. Excellent. All right, guys. Projects, active, on hold, and new. Okay, this is the easy one. What projects do you have? What are you working on? What's being shelved this week in favor of something else? Is an example of Rita, where she works on one novel project at a time and gives them the attention. Oh, 30. That makes a little more sense. Third, hold on. That's where you go on. Yeah, what are your projects? These are the easy ones. And literally just identify your what, your why, and your how. And go. Oh, this one I need. Okay, let's see. I want to continue with Project Hidden. I'm at the deal stage where she's making the deal, and then I get to the good stuff that launches the series. I can't wait. Oh, the next scene is so vivid. I'm dying to write it. I should have written it by now just because I want to, but it has so much energy that's pulling me toward it, so I did not do that. Heading into module 2 of my course and Preptober, and I'm partway through Bethany's live outlining session. It's so much fun. It's long, but it's fun, and I'm enjoying that. So I want to get I've done part 1. I'm a little bit into part 2, and it's really fun and exciting, and I'm learning a lot from her. I'm enjoying myself. How did you guys do? Let's see. Agnes, I have an easy cue for a goal. Haha, publish. I also want to stay working out 3 to 4 times a week. I like that. And continue my low buy months in December. Oh, I've heard of no buy, but I low buy. Now that's a good one. I like that. Elizabeth, I will work on this rewrite of this novel this week. The flow has come back to me, and I'm excited to spend some time sitting at my desk writing. Beautiful. Rita, this week is all about Maple River and getting ready for new words. Watching Sarah's prep tour videos and tasks from Miranda's Cauldron, YouTube StreamYard. Can't be that difficult. It won't be. It's intimidating. I'll give it that, but not hard. Just follow the steps. You'll be okay. And you know what? The reality is, you guys know how long I've been doing this. Stuff still happens. I have a computer. I think I have a funky mouse. I think the Bluetooth on this thing is not great, though I don't know why it took so long to notice it, but twice now it's conked out. I'm still not using it. I used this thing today because of that. So, things will happen, but just take it one step at a time and be calm and just work your way through. Like, I know by now that when my computer decides to reboot by itself, it messes with the microphone. I tend not to remember that until I'm live with you guys, and you guys feel like find I'm muted, because it doesn't happen very often. So stay calm. Nothing is bad. Everything can be fixed. Best advice I can give you. Phyllis updated my project's Kanban boards. I have made a lot of progress in October thus far. Nice. I am going to add a planning goal for my writing project, applying the 12-week year planning concepts. Nice. Let's see, Agnes, this week I have new 8-week classes I need to adjust to. And I scheduled lots of lunches for this week, so it'll be impactful to make more connections with new friends. I also need to write. No, that's beautiful. I like that. I like that you have the added little bonus of making more connections with new friends. I think that's beautiful. Okay, guys, important dates. This one's our easy one. This is our laundry list of what's coming at us. So for the next 2 weeks, because face it, we want a full window view of what's coming at us. We don't want to just look at this week, just in case there's something on Monday or Tuesday that we're otherwise not going to be prepared for. So we look at 2 weeks. So events, birthdays, appointments, commitments, workshops, and classes. You're going to note your travel time, your actual steps, your prep, confirmation if needed. So many things need confirmation now. And your paperwork. Have it done beforehand and keep it in a place where you don't lose it. Okay, guys, let's do our important dates and dive on in. No, it's okay. Right? And we have, we're going to have to get 20. And then one. And then, okay, swimming. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, there's some general chaos coming at me, but it's of my own design, so I can't complain. I put it there. Let's see, what did you guys come up with? The week is filled with getting one child to university and dropping her off. There's a doctor's appointment in there as well for the hubby. There's additional classes for enjoyment for my youngest, the one you met. And for the eldest, there is a series of, as I just said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Ah, and then trying to figure out where I put the plan would be. And 3 days of writing sprints. You guys will get writing sprints from me on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the plan will be, we'll have to go in there somewhere. We'll figure it out. Let's see, Vida, I can't miss Jenna's workshop for live streams on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and all the HB sprints and a few others that I attend, and of course the writing retreat next weekend. It's going to be a fabulous weekend for writing. I'm so excited. I'm going to actually tuck this goal in with the writer's retreat, I think. My Preptober, and I'll make that I'm going to try to make a little time during the week for it, but I'm going to put a lot of weight on that during the writer's retreat, and see if I can really get. I have a good idea of what I want the story to be. I have sort of an opening page or two that I've written, and oh, what? Elizabeth, I can't miss out on a Zoom meeting I have on Thursday evening. Ooh, note that down. Yes. And that's the thing. Write it down, guys. That's the entire point of this. So everything is organized and you know what's coming at you. Let's see. Ironically, most of my scheduling with weekly commitments has to come tomorrow since I can't view my coursework until tomorrow. Oh, that's interesting. So for this, you put a note to yourself saying that that's one of your goals for tomorrow is to go and check that coursework and see what it is your commitments are. And that way you're acknowledging it, even if you don't have all the information yet. Phyllis, when is the writer's retreat? We're doing Friday the 20th, Saturday the 21st, and Sunday the 22nd. Yeah, I just said the weekend of the 20th. Couldn't I have? You know what I mean. Okay, guys. The next one is our supporting tasks. So these are our chores, errands, meal planning, exercise plan, admin tasks, business planning, banking, bill due dates, insurance, planning daily and weekly, and the live sprints we want to attend. And all those little teeny bits, we batch those together and make them give ourselves a good solid block and get them done, knowing that we can check multiple things off within that one Pomodoro, or if you prefer 45-minute sprint, whichever one you want to do. Okay, guys, let's figure out what all the nitty-gritty is that we have coming at us next week. Thursday. Okay. So let's see. How did you guys do? What kind of the nitty gritty are you guys going to focus on this week to make sure they get done? I am discovering that me attending live sprints is becoming harder. The opportunities and the openings, I'm going to have to put a major focus on getting to Melissa's and to Jenna's, I think. The other days are a little crazy, and I might be able to do the Thursday and prioritize those three. And because I miss hanging out with you guys. So there have been so many changes to our schedule, and it keeps changing that I'm kind of like, hold on, how do I make this work? So I'm gonna prioritize those three. And that will be part of my self-care this week, is to make it to those three lives. Okay, and then the meals, I have a bit of a big old question, because along with her classes starting, most of them are in evening and dinner gets challenged. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna best approach that. I'm gonna probably have to make some batch meals on when Mondays and Wednesdays, maybe, and see if that way I can kind of continue them into the scarier days that don't line up. That might work. Let's see, Elizabeth, I am going, and hello, RC. Elizabeth, I am going to spend time writing my planner. I haven't been using it a lot this year, so I've had so much negativity, go on with my health, but now that I am well, I can go back to it and use it for accountability. So true. And that's what it is. It's a reminder. It's hey, you said you're going to do this. See, it's written right here, right? Let's see, for the schedule full for the week of the writing retreat. We'll try to attend on Saturday, as I usually do. Beautiful. I can't believe NaNoWriMo starts in a few weeks. I know. Hello, shenanigans. I'm worried I won't make any sprints as my work schedule goes so late. Might have to settle for watching the replays. We go from, I'm going to end up going in specific standard time here because my brain will work better. We go from 4 a.m. So I guess we'll say 7 a.m. Eastern to about, I want to say 11 p.m. Eastern. So there are so many times in there. You may not be able to catch them all, but you'll be able to catch a couple, I'm pretty sure. Phil shenanigans. Yes, I might do that as well. Yes, and the replays are always available to you guys. You know that. Elizabeth, NaNoWriMo starts in 17 days. Don't say it. And Halloween doesn't count, guys. Halloween is all about the Halloween fun. All right, guys. Let's dive on into our next panel. Now, this is about the protagonist, you. And they're going to do some things to take care of you and make sure you're happy and healthy. And it's going to provide you with the energy that you need to get everything done that you want to do and feel good. So the definition of the protagonist is the character who drives the action, and you guys are in the driver's seat. First off, misbeliefs. What bad choices have you been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration? Make one small change this week. For example, drink water in place of sugary drinks. For me, my 10K days fell off a bit after I got sick there, so I'm going to make an effort to get back to that. I know I'm not quite up to the 10Ks, so I'm going to give myself a 7K minimum per day, and I want a nice solid week of that, because there's been a few since we don't talk about September, but October's a new month. And I'm going to get back to where I was because I was feeling really good and I had tons of energy and I want to get that back. Okay, guys. So what small change are you guys going to make to just for your overall health, energy, and well-being and that concentration, which is amazing when you do good for your body, how much better your concentration is. And go. Hi, baby. Oops. Myself a rally cry of get back at it. What did you guys decide for your misbelief, and what is your strategy? Mine is to narrow it back down so the 10K is not so overwhelming, and the 7K is far more doable. The average person tends to walk around 4,000 steps a day. So even if I do 7, I am still doing a lot more than almost double what the the average person does, whatever word they use for that. I'm still doing much better for my body, and it will allow me to get back into it without making it too hard on myself. I guess it's a nice way to put it. Okay, guys. My favorite new skills. Why this? Why now? Apply or purchase. What is actually, and if you're applying for it, what is the wait time before you get a response? Do they tell you, or is it sort of a unknown? Um, your reading study time. Actually, I do need to, so I'm gonna have to break those down, I think. For the first one, I kind of just was winging it. I think I want to be a little more structured for going forward in module 2, that I'm making sure that I'm doing my reading study time, I'm doing the practice time, and I'm evaluating how I'm doing. The first week's module was set up to be very somewhat introductory and very, how do I put this? Just kind of a lot of information to kind of get you going and started, right? Okay, guys, let's figure out our new skills. Now, new skills can also be something you're continuing. Maybe something you're already a month into, but you want to start breaking down maybe specific aspects and skills that you want to work on within that. And just kind of give yourself that can come into your evaluating. Okay, I know how I used to do A, now how am I doing it, right? And kind of go from there and proceed. Okay, so module 2. It's gonna take question. It's gonna take 2 weeks. Um, I just discovered some of the information I don't have because I haven't even opened the second module yet. So I gave myself a series of questions instead and prompts. So the one step I gave myself is sort of an overview. That's the first step I'm going to do, and figure out the amount of time / videos that I have to watch. I have a section for assignments. It is recommended that we spend 2 weeks, give or take, on each module. So I've got that noted with a question mark because I haven't actually looked at it yet to feel whether or not I need 2 weeks. And then breaking down what my study time is going to look like. And I'll break it down further under that, what my practice time is going to look like. So I guess that's technically the assignments. I gave myself a little section for assignments as well, just so I can note down the specific things I'm going to be doing. And then evaluation, how I'm going to figure out how I'm doing all this. Let's see. Agnes, I need to get through all the books I have. I can't get a library card until I do it, just so they don't sit there forever. Oh, yeah, I hear ya. Phyllis registered for my writing revision course. Nice. Where's yours at? Let us know. Thanks for the reminder to plan for reading, study, and practice time. Yes. Reading / video watching. So many of the courses are now video content. This one I'm kind of liking because they present it as the video, and then they have a written section of what you just watched, which is kind of two different ways of taking the information. I'm kind of liking that. I'm enjoying that. So it's the watching and then the reading, which is really working with how my mind thinks. I love it. Elizabeth, I just found out some not great news. My sister now has a swollen hand after her friend accidentally hit her right hand with his tripod. Oh no. Her left foot has been swollen for more than 3 months, and now her right hand is swollen. Oh no. That doesn't sound good. Emergency, maybe? That doesn't sound right. Agnes, oh goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. Yes. Rita, digital time for this week, StreamYard, Canva continuing, and KDP need to return. Perfect. Phyllis to Rita, what is StreamYard? Oh, StreamYard. You know how, guys, I used to have restreams so that I could be on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. StreamYard that's the one that most of everybody else uses. I didn't want to use that one because it had some limitations that I didn't like in terms of video quality and stuff. So I went with Restream so I could keep a little more of the control of my setup. But yeah, it's just basically, it allows you to go onto YouTube and Facebook or Twitch or Twitch, that's the right one, or whichever other ones you want to go on simultaneously. I know there's a proper name for that, but what it actually, I know there's a proper name. I don't know the name for it. It's like a server. A server? That might be the word. Rita, oh no, Elizabeth, that could lead to so many different problems. My hubby had a similar issue years ago due to medication and other health problems. Ooh, okay, definitely get it checked out. Yes. Agnes, well, with working out, I've blocked out 4 hours this week for it. Crazy. I was in and out of crutches 2-ish years ago. It's so nice how I've grown. I love that. Phyllis, we might need to add prep time. Sometimes I forget to do the reading prior to the class. Oh, nice suggestion. Yes, we can add prep time. Yes, okay. This is new skills. And that is valid, yes. Okay, I will make that modification. I agree with that fully. See, Rita to Phyllis, my understanding, it's a software to be used while live streaming on YouTube, I think. It's even broader than that. It's like a server that allows you to link up to, you don't need it for just YouTube in any way, shape, or form, unless you want to use some of their other layouts and stuff. I don't use anything at this point. I use YouTube, and I use a software that allows me to do all my different visuals that I want with OBS. That's all I use now. Let's see. Elizabeth, I mean, her right foot is swollen. Her right foot and right hand are swollen. Yes. Phyllis to Rita, the explanation of StreamYard. Okay. Rita, oh, so if I just want to stream to YouTube, I don't need it? Nope, not at all. It's only if you want to go into Facebook or Twitch or something else simultaneously. That's really its main purpose. Now, if you want to become a Hardy and stream with us as well, there is a form to be filled out on the under the Heart Breathings banner, and then you would probably need it. Though again, you don't necessarily have to. I only do YouTube now. Rita, so maybe I don't need to bother with it. Cool. Yes, off your list. Get rid of it. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, guys, I've got that notice to add, a note to add the prep time because I think that is very valid. Okay, guys, self-care. These are those important ones that we do to keep ourselves happy and refilling the well so that we have all the creative energy and ideas that we need. So your favorite activities, getting outdoors, trying something new, journaling, reading, and playing games. And it doesn't matter whether they're board games, or video games. It's refilling the well, it's story, it's joy, and it's filling your heart, right? So we schedule in our self-care at least 50% because you deserve it and you need it. So let's make our list of what we're going to do this week for our self-care and go. Stuff there. Okay, what did you guys come up with for some awesome self-care? I'm gonna get back to journaling because I like it and I miss it. I didn't want to go too crazy because I'm gonna be out of the house a lot. So I chose reading because I could do that on my phone using the Kindle app, so I can do reading regardless of whether I'm at home or not. And I chose one activity that would be, I'd have to be at home for one card game that I want to play with my daughter. That way I can enjoy. We're both very competitive. Let's see. Elizabeth, I will keep journaling this week and I will exercise this week as well. Perfect. Rita, perhaps get back to coloring while watching TV. Add more daytime reading sprints. Love that. Agnes, I'll be doing some reading, meditation, and I'll be taking a bath or two to relax. Oh, that sounds lovely. I should do the bath thing. It's been a long time since I've given myself that level of just relaxing. Let's see. Phyllis, reading morning pages, relaxing baths, visit local garden, and enjoy nature. Oh, I love the last one. go for a long walk. I love that idea with the Elizabeth, an hour and 45 minutes. That sounds beautiful. I love that. We're going to be raining this week, so maybe not this week. Apparently, we are getting the effects of the typhoon that was going along, I do believe Japan. So now it's our turn to get the side effects of that. So we're going to be a little soggy this week. So I'm going to say I will take the long walk maybe next week. Otherwise, this week's going to be too icky. Baking and writing. Love the baking. Okay, guys. Our final steps. Rising action. All the events that happen in a story on the way to the climax. This is making our plan, guys. This is creating our vision for next week of what we want to do. Agnes, I'll also be testing out an RPG to world build, plan a romance story. It'll add randomness and fun into the mix. Oh, I love that. That is such a fun idea. You'll have to tell us how that goes. I love that. Okay, guys, deep focus. I'm so glad some of you found this to be so good last week. So, which goal will you focus on per session? Think in blocks of 2 to 3 hours. And what is your agenda for these sessions? Give yourself a mini plan. That way you succeed. It's if you have 3 goals, big goals, then you have 3 focus days. Just an example. If you have two, you can do a couple days of one and one of the other, right? Depending on how their importance and how much more time that one needs, right? All right, guys. For this one, I just wrote Monday through Sunday, and I'm going to take a look at some of what I have planned, and especially the overall schedule for the important dates, and see where it is exactly that I can figure out where those days should go. Last time I managed Wednesday, my Friday one got bumped to Saturday. But that's okay. It still happened. It just didn't happen on the Friday. And for the driving, Tuesday happened, but Thursday did. So let's see how we break these down. And go. It's going to be project. This one's going to be. Let's do that. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I chose Monday for my course. Tuesday and Thursday again, because I'm out of the house anyway for some driving. It's usually easier to do. Wednesday for writing my main project. Friday for Preptober. And then I put in another, not a full session focus, but a 1 hour for my course on Saturday. And then I put virtual writing retreat beside the rest, beside the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to show that I should be writing on each of those days. I'm not entirely sure without that schedule yet how that's going to look, but I want to make sure that I'm going to give myself a bonus. I want to say at least, I'm going to go 4 hours, I think, for each one. I want to get more than that, but I'll do 4 hours, and that way I'm usually at least doubling what I do when I do writing sprints with you guys. Let's see, read deep focus days every day, but I need to get to town for groceries one day and take tomorrow morning to relax and not write. I like that. Phyllis, deep focus, NaNoWriMo planning, revision, and household tasks. Beautiful. Guys, we are coming to the end. The outline. This is our vision for the week. We're going to create our master plan, ideal week, of how we see all these pieces sitting on the page. Some adjustments may be required, and that is okay. We're going to create Monday's plan so we can hit the ground running. We're going to populate our planner and go through if we have daily pages and make sure those really important things that have to happen get written down so that we don't enter into a new day thinking that we have the whole day and not realizing that we have something that's going to A, pulse on the house, and B, is going to take an hour or so of our time, and we want to have that written down, right? So go through your planner and make sure those dates go into your daily. And then finally schedule your self-care, your mental health, and your buffer days. Translate those deep focus days onto your plan so they are there for you and you know when you want to do them. Keep them precious. Those are for you to really get deep into your projects. Shenanigans. For the last 2 weeks, I've been focusing on adjusting my sleep schedule and getting used to working more hours in the last 3 months of the year. Going to try adding Preptober sessions into my schedule. Nice. And the question you always have to ask yourself is, can you successfully manage to do everything you've chosen with the time you have? Make adjustments as needed. It's especially eye-opening when you get it on the page and you realize that you have double booked yourself, that you've given yourself no breaks. There's no meals in there. You're cutting your sleep short, and then adjust, right? We're not robots. We need rest. We need to eat, and we need some fun. Try to make sure all those things are happening. Okay, guys, this is the first draft of your weekly plan, and that's all it is. It's a first draft. Let's see. Agnes, half focus days all throughout the week. I'll strap myself down to write for 2 to 3 hours on Saturday. Nice. Rita, side note, I used only the 4 pages. I didn't write as much of the slides as I normally do. Interesting. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. And as always, celebrate your successes, gold star moments, and your best fixes. How will your story end? Enter this new world and create the ending that you want. Week by week, little change by little change, making you the priority. Remember your commitment statement. Put it somewhere where you can see it. We're making time for what matters to you. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I kept you a little longer than I normally do, but we had a good conversation, so I am fine with that. Reset your space if you need to. If you don't need to, get to decorating your planner and getting all that good information down and create your vision for next week. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you next weekend for our writer's retreat. And again, keep an eye out for the notification, which will come up on the community tab as to where the plan with me will fit once I know the schedule. And thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I am on mouse. Thank you. Have an amazing week, guys. Bye bye.